Hey everyone, welcome to another Tips and Tricks with BT. Today we're going to go over how to do a wheelie, right? For those of you that want to get the confidence and have an understanding of how to do a wheel stand, that's what we're going to cover off now. First and foremost, is one thing that you really want to focus on is making sure that you do it in a really slow manner and not putting yourself at too much risk. So what I mean by that is you might see, some of these wild out wheelie boys ripping down the street. Those guys have got a lot of confidence, and you want to do it at a really slow pace to start with and make sure you build your confidence up. First thing you've got to have a really good understanding of is that your throttle, your clutch, and your rear brake all need to be used simultaneously, all right? So best thing you can do probably is sit on a stand like I am right now and get a good understanding of pitching the bike backwards slightly, all right? So you're gonna have your weight further to the rear of the bike, okay? You'll notice as soon as I shifted my butt to the rear of the seat, the bike started to pitch backwards, okay? So to attempt a wheel stand, you'll have your 2 fingers on the clutch here. Could be 1. But I feel doing a wheel stand, I've got more control when I'm using 2 fingers. You're going to have to use a really nice but controlled acceleration of the throttle. So the timing of the throttle and the clutch has to be simultaneous. So you'll be rolling the throttle on while letting the clutch go at a controlled but fast release. And at that moment, as you push your weight back and those throttle and clutch release, you'll want to have your foot ready to be able to use the rear brake, and that's going to be something that has to be understood, and the feeling of it has to be really soft and controlled as well. So you'll note that everything I've just talked about to do a wheel stand needs a lot of control, and that's the biggest key factor in being able to get the confidence of doing a wheel stand. If you're too aggressive with your clutch and throttle, you're going to end up on your head. You're going to be going over backwards, and you'll be going to MXstore to get a new rear fender. And then the opposite way around, if you're too soft on your power and clutch, you're not going to get the front wheel up. In my opinion, the best thing you can do is be in first gear to begin with, just to get a good understanding of popping the front up. You're going to have to make sure that you get that confidence before you attempt to getting the front wheel too high. So just start with a nice controlled acceleration, popping the front wheel up and having that foot on the rear brake so that you control. Your foot on the rear brake is to really be a safety net. As soon as you bring that bike up, practice a few times of just using that rear brake immediately, and you'll know that it pulls the front end straight down. Okay, so I've always got pressure on the rear brake as I'm doing a wheel stand, and you'll note in all the videos that as I'm going along, I'm just dancing between the clutch and the throttle and the rear brake, just having a nice balance of all 3 of those controls to keep the front end high in the air and continue along. It's really important that as you release the clutch and apply the throttle, that you keep your head and shoulders back. That weight biases like a pendulum, and it keeps you in a nice balanced formation as you're doing a wheel stand. Alright, so hopefully you got some good understanding of how to do a wheelie, and we'll see you out there on the back wheel.